I love it when Rihanna entered the conversation when it comes to Claressa Shields and Papoose. Y'all, let's get into it. So what had happened was Claressa Shields has been under heavy public scrutiny lately. And part of it, I feel like she created, but the other part, which is where Rihanna enters the conversation, is what I want to talk about. Now, the scrutiny hasn't come from her boxing, but from her personal life. Her comment section went from "we're surviving and vibing" into critical condition. And support lately from the public has been very thin. And honey, this is where Rihanna enters the conversation. You see, back in the day, Rihanna went through her own stuff, right? And so she understands what it means to be analyzed by the public, reduced to what the public wants them to see you as, and then critique while still being human. Her support wasn't about approval. It was about recognition. Real recognize real. I see you. We see each other. Rihanna commented publicly on her own social media account and showed admiration for Claressa Shields by not debating her personal situation, not explaining it, but affirming the woman who she is. And honey, the message wasn't loud, but it was intentional. So let's go back to what Rihanna actually said. The post reads, "Claressa Shields type gon' bout him." And I know when you look at the post, it's not much being said, but let's read between the lines, okay? Let's take it a step further because it really is saying a lot. But you know, Rihanna is a celebrity and they're not gonna let us in too much. It's a message of very few words, but there's power in what she wrote. And we not gonna play about it, so let's get into it. Some people read Rihanna's comment that she was co-signing with Claressa Shields' relationship choices. Others felt it dismissed accountability. But for the people who thought like that, you're missing the whole point, because Rihanna didn't address the whole situation with Papoose. She acknowledged Claressa Shields' confidence, presence, and humanity. And that created tension because we live in a culture that struggles to hold two truths at once. Now, before I tell you what them truths are, just let that sink in, that we live in a culture that struggles to hold two truths at once. Like either you for the winning team or you for the other team. A lot of times we can't compromise in the middle, or we can't give people the benefit of the doubt because we're so hooked on what we believe in and we're standing 10 toes down. But when it comes to this situation, there are two truths. First, a woman can be accomplished and still be imperfect. And then the number two truth, the other truth is a woman can be loved without being flawless. Some people have literally put Claressa Shields on a pedestal, but those are false accusations. Now, when you have black women who are visible and they are successful, they are expected to be emotionally disciplined at all times, make perfect personal decisions, and represent excellence without error. And that's why when Rihanna stepped up and her comment entered the building, it disrupted the pressure that everybody else was putting on Claressa with their words and their actions. And so before I wrap up this video, Rihanna did not endorse the situation. She did not silence accountability, but instead she extended grace. And a lot of us do not know how to extend grace to people and the situations and things that they are going through. See, we be so careful to forget that I once went through that, but the word of the Lord says so that you won't forget that it needs to remain on the forefront of your mind. You know why? Because it's then when you stop judging people and you begin to extend grace to people. Now, don't get my words twisted, because grace doesn't mean agreement. So make sure y'all clock it in the comments by leaving your thoughts. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.